So, hello there and welcome. This is like episode 0 for my series that I plan to do. It will include everything I do from point zero to the comic being released and put on the internet in a episodic way where I split each part into an episode, because there's a lot of guides and a lot of tutorials on the internet about how to make your webcomic, but they're usually already from people who've done them, and it's usually like a video pointing out what to do, what to not do, and good tips, and they're good. But I find that having a series that you can follow step by step and that explains every single step of the way is much better, and you can grasp the concept a lot more easily. And let's say if you're having problems with one of those things, you can watch that one episode and ignore the rest if you feel confident in your abilities. So just to outline what I'll be doing in this series, I'll be mainly focusing on 3 big topics, and that's the art of the comic, the art itself, like the biggest part of that comic besides the story, which is the second part. There I'll be talking about like character development, stakes in the story, risks, characters themselves, what's their motivation, story stuff. In art, I'll be talking about art stuff like making character sheets, creating designs, creating set pieces and backgrounds and such. And after all that is done, I'll be talking about network stuff like setting up your website, gathering an audience and such. And I've already released 2 interviews with quite big webcomic creators who have a lot of experience in the field, and they've shared a lot of very valuable knowledge with me in the video. So if you don't care about waiting for me to make a video of my own, you can just go and watch the interviews. They have a lot of good tips. Believe me, it is very valuable if you want to start your own webcomic. One thing I would like to point out though is I will not be teaching art or story or maybe networking, but I really won't have the time to explain, let's say, the fundamentals of art while I'm creating a character sheet for a comic, right? I will usually tell you what sort of skills I'm using. For example, in the background is a ship design going on, and if I were to describe things about it, I'd be describing probably the visual library and its importance, how to build it and such. Of course, I'm using various fundamental skills like perspective, forms, and being able to distort those forms into forms you want. But those things I'll point to them. I'll say like I'm doing this, but I won't be explaining them. I won't be making a tutorial about them, because there's plenty of tutorials out there. I'll usually leave them in the description if you'd like to watch them, but I won't be using my time to teach those things since they've already been documented fairly well, and I'll just be focusing on the stuff very closely related to the comic. So that's about it for now. Next episode 1, hopefully coming out soon, I'll probably be talking about certain things like that I'm missing out on, or rather certain skills that I'm missing out on. Like for example, I know my faces and overall human forms aren't the best, so I'll be training those out so that I can create good character reference sheets in the future. That will probably be the first thing we'll be talking about. Alright, see you in the next episode, hopefully, and have a good day.